Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video of Gamifine, and today we're discussing the review for Assassin's Creed, the DLC Wrath of the Druids. And trust me, it's a phenomenal DLC. Hands off, it made me have the experience that I actually intended to, and it actually feels like it's connected to the Valhalla. So let's just dive right into the review. Anyway, starting off, the DLC will release, that is today, May 13, and you can expect a lot of things from this DLC. This DLC offers a variety of content including Ireland that is open for you to explore it on foot, explore it on with your mount, explore it with your Viking ship, absolutely your choice. And since Ubisoft gave us an early access, we had the opportunity to actually explore around, get to know about Ireland, and actually go in depth and see everything that it had to offer. And after calculating out and combining everything that we got off from this DLC, we are very impressed. We are impressed what we had in this DLC. This DLC feels polished. I had 0 bugs, and as promised, it actually brings in the Druid cult. It actually brings in a good story arc. It actually brings in a relation of why Eivor actually ended up in Ireland. There are multiple factors that is happening in Ireland at once, and everything still feels connected, and that has been beautifully done by the story that has been put up in the story of Wrath of the Druids. So a phenomenal job by Ubisoft on that aspect. So now let's talk about what are you going to actually face in Ireland. So in Ireland, as you may have heard, your biggest threats would be the Children of Danu. It is a druid cult actually produced from the druids, and this cult is actually planning and plotting against the High King of Ireland, that is Flann Sinna. We'll come to Flann Sinna in a bit, but right now these druid cults are spread all over Ireland doing different work and actually collaborating and trying to conspire against the High King. And these druids may actually cause a little bit of a threat when you are actually going to deal with them, so be careful. Also, there would be this thick fog which will hallucinate you a little bit, but you will still be able to fight properly. But the problem is that this fog will make the druids stronger and actually faster and more vicious, and of course really scary looking. So be careful out there. And apart from that, if you are in a good level, if you have the good amount of skills, you will actually have a pretty fun amount of time. And a special warning, be on the lookout for boars. These boars are really annoying and might actually give you a bad time. So I'm not gonna spoil the story for you, but I must tell you how Eivor actually ended up in Ireland. So basically, Ireland has this kingdom called Dublin, and the king of Dublin is actually Eivor's cousin, and this king is known as Barith. And the history that Eivor shares with Barith is that when Eivor was still in his mother's womb, it was a plague year, so nobody was taking him in, his family in. So Barith's family came into the rescue and they took him in, and they actually nurtured Eivor and actually spent his childhood with him. So actually Eivor has a debt to repay to King Barith. So that is why he actually ends up deciding to go to Ireland, meet Barith, and actually help him out. Then he reaches Ireland, where he gets to know that his throne is actually in danger, and he needs to gain an alliance with the High King Flann Sinna, because without that his throne will be in danger, and Barith wants to secure his throne for his son Sigfrid, who will be the upcoming king of this throne. But the problem here is Flann Sinna actually does not like Barith much because of some history that you will get to know, of course. But right now, Eivor's main aim actually help Barith gain an alliance with Flann Sinna. So basically, overall, this again becomes an arc of Ireland. Just like in the main Valhalla story, you were exploring different kingdoms, you were exploring different territories and actually trying to gain an alliance. Similarly, you will doing the same stuff in Ireland, but there will be some twists, there will be some additional things that you have to do. Oh, and you will also be building some trade posts that we will talk about in a bit, but you will be primarily focusing on Barith, his relation with Flann Sinna, and how Flann Sinna can actually expand his territory over Ireland. So the entire Ireland is divided into 4 territories, that is Dublin, Connacht, Meath and Ulster. So you'll be traveling, you'll be exploring, and trust me, you will have a great time exploring because the terrain is good. there are multiple stuff to actually explore, and of course Ireland looks absolutely beautiful, and trust me, you'll have an amazing time playing this DLC. It is backed by a great story, it is backed by good gameplay, and it is of course backed by a good amount of content. And let's talk a little bit about Children of Tanu. So just like the Templar Order, there would be a similar order called the Children of Tanu, and this would be a druid cult. You will get to know who's the leader, you will get to know each character responsible and his role in this cult and how he has been affecting it. And once again, you'll have to find clues and hunt each and every guy down. After hunting him down, you will be actually going to this really cool mission that I won't spoil for you, but I will spoil this for you, that you will gain a really good weapon that I would recommend you to get as soon as possible. So make your primary focus towards the Children of Tanu as soon as possible. But yes, enjoy the story, take your time, do not rush it. It is not worth rushing, but I'm sure you'll have a great time. As for the items that you will come across in this DLC are 3 different sets of armor, if I'm not wrong. You might actually get something more as well, but there would be, well, there is a lot of opal actually. In this game there is a lot of opal, so if you are in for buying a lot of gears, so yeah, be on the lookout for opal, and make sure to have full health almost every time, because this time when you will be exploring the lands, you will get into a lot of ambush. The boss fights are actually a little bit tough, so make sure you have a good amount of health at all times. And yes, one more last thing that I would bring your attention towards is the return of pigeon coop. So with pigeon coops, you will be accepting side quests that will actually help you gain your influence in that particular kingdom, so make sure to do that, and they are actually pretty fun to do. So make sure to grab your Altair's robes and get being an assassin. Actually, that pretty much covers up everything that you have to offer. The content is around 15 hours, so that actually totally depends on you, how much time you take exploring. You take it slow or just try to rush in. But it took us a good 2 to 3 days of binging, so of course you'll have a good time playing the game. And is it worth coming back? It is worth downloading 80 GB of Valhalla once again. Absolutely, go ahead. We had no regret playing this game, and trust me, we just had a lot of fun. But once again, the point is, if you didn't enjoy Valhalla much, if you didn't enjoy the main arc much, this might just not interest you as well. So of course, if you're enjoying the content of Valhalla, if you enjoyed what Valhalla's core had to offer you, this DLC will actually give you the same amount of content, but in a fresh way. You will not feel it is repetitive, except for the fact there are raids once again. And if you've been doing a lot of raids, if you have cleared out the entire England island, it will felt repetitive to you. You just have to kill people, push down the big chest and gain resources. It just gets really repetitive, and especially if you are trying to binge the river raids. But nevertheless, if you're not focusing on the trade camps much, you don't have to actually get into the raids. But still, if you enjoy raids, there are a lot of raids to do, so good for you. And concluding everything, we think Wrath of the Druids is a must-go DLC. If you have Valhalla, go get this DLC and play it right away. It releases today, May 13, and we really hope that you have a lot of fun. As for the score, it earns a good 10 on 10 for this DLC. Every text just mashed out right, and trust me, the characters that you are going to meet in this DLC are also well designed, well written, and overall well done. So that's it for this video, and this was me, Assassinity, and we'll be seeing you in upcoming videos. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. If you have any questions regarding the game, regarding anything else, make sure to drop it down in the comment section below. Also follow us on Instagram for regular updates about gaming news and everything that is happening around the gaming industry. And with that, peace out.